Alright, we are now officially live. Hello, hello.
Greetings and salutations.
Okay, guys, so this is a brand new D&D stream. We're starting up. We all roll together. Before I forget, I'm gonna hit record because that would help.
No.
Alright, let's try that again. Welcome everybody. This is We All Roll Together, a new D&D stream. We're going to be taking on Tyranny of Dragons, starting with Hoard of the Dragon Queen, and once that's completed, we'll roll on over to Rise of Tiamat. So, hello everybody. Let me go ahead.
Greetings. Hello.
Alright, so we did a session 0 a few days ago, so I'll give you guys a quick recap of kind of what happened. So these 4 adventurers kind of came to the same roadside inn and tavern during their travels, and they had been traveling all day, so their feet tired, their stomachs rumbling, their mouths dry, and what better thought than let's stop in at an inn for tonight. So that they did, and so they all plopped in, kind of got to meet each other, but their little introductions were cut short when a gang of rather rough and malnourished looking bandits burst into the inn and began threatening the patrons, attempting to take their money. And you guys quickly jumped into action, and especially thanks to Toma's critical inflict wounds, the bandits ended up fleeing, scared for their lives. But shortly after combat had concluded, you guys kind of got to sit down and relax, maybe finish your food and drink, when you were approached by a dwarf by the name of Filori Oarbringer, and he asked that you guys help him finish his travels to the town of Greenest, which is just a little southwest of this inn. I believe I said it's about a 6-hour travel from the inn to Greenest. And he informed you that he was from, I believe, Dragonspear, taking a delivery of iron ingots to help kind of fortify the Greenest fort, kind of at the center of town. Many months ago, the order was placed and filled out, and now Filori is delivering it. And after seeing that display of bandits, he's no longer comfortable traveling alone and has asked that you guys accompany him, and promises to pay you a portion of the gold he receives from the delivery. So you guys took him up on that offer. You guys took a long rest, slept for the night. You guys woke up at the crack of dawn, ate a quick breakfast, and you guys headed out on the road. And I would say, so it's a 6-hour travel, and Filori is pushing the cart. It's one of those hand-push cart things. And as you guys have traveled along this path, you guys haven't had any more run-ins with those bandits. It's been quite a clear day, and you guys can see pretty clearly along the path. You don't feel like you'd be ambushed anytime soon here. But Filori is, he's a beast. He's pushing this heavy cart, only occasionally stopping to take a swig from his water skin before continuing. And as you guys travel, he kind of speaks with you occasionally, kind of, asks where you're from and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and start with character introductions, and we'll just go in order. So, Gino, you're up first.
All right. So, Gino is our party's sort of criminal. He is a pretty lightweight guy, pretty young, about 25 years old. And from looking at his armor, he's got some pretty tight-fitting leather armor with the boots, pretty beat up from running, jumping, climbing, acrobatic sort of stuff. And he's a pretty slick, sly, sarcastic sort of guy. And the one thing that he doesn't really like, even though he is a criminal, he doesn't like to kill people. He either likes to just get out clean, no witnesses, or, just get as far away as possible.
Okay, good stuff. So, welcome, Gino. Toma, you're next.
Okay, Toma is a human male, probably late 30s, early 40s, about 5'11", fairly built, not like extremely buff, but not weak either. He has dark hair going to gray, as well as a thick, dark beard that is going to gray on the sides. He's wearing dark clothing, and over that he has some dark stained studded leather armor. He has a shield at his back and a couple of interesting looking spears at his side. Also, you can see hanging around his neck a medallion with some sort of lady's face on it.
Okay. Awesome. Well, welcome to the party, Toma. Grugresh.
Grugresh is your standard. Oh, hold on, my browser's acting up. There we go. Okay. Grugresh is your standard looking orc individual. However, he isn't an orc. He's a 3/4 orc, so he has more orc-like features. However, he has a bluish gray tone versus the standard green or brown orcs you would see. He has long, silvery gray hair, but it's more so like to match the complexion of the individual. He stands hunched over. However, this is more so that his cloak and capes can cover his entirety of his body, kind of masking who he is as an individual. You could see him wearing studded leather armor in the sparse locations. There's a plane flying above me. I very much apologize for that. He wears studded leather, and you can see it every now and then as he moves, where his cape gives way. Well, that's it.
Alright, well. Welcome to the party, Grugresh. And finally, we have Antonia.
Okay, so Antonia Banderas is an outlander. She's grown up in the woods, and she doesn't really know much about people, so that's what she's going out to discover. So I've decided that she's learned, the common speak by, going to like random travelers and getting or maybe stealing some, papers and just learning by herself. Flyers or posters, and just hearing what people say. So that's how she learned how to speak. And so she's older, late 20s, but she's not as smart as she should be. So she has a childish type of personality. So she's just a barbarian, doesn't know how to handle herself. And that's it.
She's the wild child in the group.
Yep.
So, alright, so everybody, I again welcome everybody to the group. And if I remember right, during your travels, Toma, you spent a little bit of time actually teaching Antonia the alphabet, the common language alphabet. And based on the role, she was doing a pretty good job of memorizing it. She seems to be a pretty decent student, despite her wild tendencies. But all right. So.
Yeah, she was definitely a quick learner.
I forgot to hit loop. Let me make sure. Is it? No, it's got to be solid. Okay. Sorry. All right. So you guys continue you guys' travel for another couple of hours. And kind of at this point, maybe your feet are starting to hurt. And Falori goes on about, there's this wonderful ale. I'll treat you to it once we reach Greenest.
That would be much appreciated.
But, alright.
How do you spell Falori? Sorry, is it?
Oh, I'll go ahead and type it in the chat.
Cool.
Falori Warbringer. There you go.
Got it. I got the last name right.
For the past several hours, you've been traveling a road that winds lazily between the rolling grasslands of the green fields. The sun is kind of approaching its apex up in the sky, kind of signifying that noon is fast approaching. When you top a rise and see the town of Greenest just a few short miles away. But instead of the pleasant, welcoming town you expected, you see columns of black smoke rising from the burning buildings, running figures that are little more than dots in the distance, and a dark winged shape wheeling low over the keep that rises above the center of the town. Greenest is being attacked by a dragon.
Oh my god.
We're not getting money, are we?
I'm gonna reach out and touch Gino and give him Blessing of the Trickster.
Okay. Now, you guys are still...
It lasts for an hour, so I'm giving it to him.
Alright, yeah, if it lasts an hour, go ahead.
Yeah.
So you cast this on Gino, and you kind of hear a soft thud. And if you look over, you'll see Falori has dropped the handles of the cart, and they've kind of thudded against the ground, and he's just kind of staring, mouth agape, at this sight. And you see him kind of start to quake a little bit, and then he looks to you, and he says, You can take it the rest of the way there. You take the money. I'm not going anywhere near there. And he actually kind of steps over the handles and begins kind of moving back up the path the way that you guys came.
Falori, go to the nearest town you can think of and find help. This place is going to need help.
He'll kind of give you like a very hastily made nod before he actually starts running down the path. And he's not running very fast. He is a dwarf. He's got short little legs, but he's trying. And you see him just kind of taking off through the winding path.
How big does this dragon look?
It is pretty large. Give me a nature check.
Nature? Yep, that's about right.
Okay. And anybody else that is also that wants to roll one is able to do so.
Wait.
Yeah. But Toma, with your roll, Toma, you know that you're definitely not dealing with a baby dragon.
Okay.
It's a good size. It has to at least have. It's matured, I will say. Gru and Antonia, you guys, you're just like, yep, that's a dragon, I think.
That's dangerous.
That's a bomb of flying lizard. Nothing more.
But Gino, you know, and maybe with kind of squinting and looking at the shape of it, maybe you see certain signs on the dragon. But you know that this is a fully matured adult dragon.
Imagine flying through the sky and breathing your own fire.
What is your guys' passive perception? So, Toma and Gino, with your guys' passives, and kind of you guys have to squint because the dragon is kind of flying around the sun. So you, for the most part, you guys see just the silhouette of the dragon. But Gino, with your 14 nature and your passive perception, and Toma, with your passive perception, you guys see that it is a blue dragon. You catch kind of the glistening of the scales as it's flying about.
Blue large dragon. How far away from the city are we?
I'm gonna say about 1.5 miles.
Well, I don't know about you all, but I don't think we are necessarily equipped to take on a full-grown blue dragon at this moment.
Me neither.
Then why are we approaching this town?
Because we want money.
We have the money. We have the ores. What makes us want to travel here?
Would it be wrong to take this guy's stuff even though he gave it to us?
He gave it to us. Why is it wrong?
He asked us to come and help him, so I mean, might as well help the town too.
How do you propose that we help this town?
We attack the dragon.
No.
That's preposterous.
After you, my dear.
If we plan to assist this town, it would be better for us to go looking for survivors and making sure they could be evacuated.
Does it look like the city is mounting any sort of defense that we could help, or would it just be us attacking this dragon if that's what we decided to do?
Give me an investigation.
Oh God. I was hoping for perception. Yeah.
Alright. So, kind of peering down, Toma, you see that a lot of the small dots are kind of moving to the center of town, moving towards the keep. And you get a sense that they're all trying to take shelter in this one small keep. You're not sure exactly of... and actually, go ahead and give me a history check while you're at it.
Oh, all these intellect skills, man. Come on.
I know.
Yep.
Okay. So you know that that Greenest is essentially a hamlet. It's very small. You don't think that it has any sizable military force. So you kind of get a sense that Greenest might need some help. What small guards that they have there are probably not as well trained in larger cities. They don't really have an active military force nearby. So unless you guys decide to do something, you have a feeling, Toma, that Greenest is pretty much doomed.
I take out my shield and set it down on the ground, and you notice that on the back of it there's a little wooden box made into the back of it, and I take out my dice.
Okay.
And I roll it into the box while clutching my medallion. Anybody who's watching sees that I roll a 17. We must help. We have to help. We should maybe sneak a little closer to the city, see if there is anything we can do stealthily. I don't think attacking this thing head on, but maybe we can attack and then hide and then just harry it. Something.
Maybe
But
we
this-
could just do what Gru said and get all the survivors out. Maybe there's people under the burning rubble.
We have to do something.
Yes. I want to avoid being seen by such a beast.
And you can actually see that at this point, you can see some of the dots kind of escaping this city, mostly going the westward path. None have come eastward. They're all filing out on the west side. As these figures kind of file out of the city on the west side, the dragon doesn't seem to be following them. It seems to be solely focused on the town. And it makes a pass about every 5 minutes or so. But it kind of lazily glides, circling the town.
Which of you is the least sneaky?
Me. Or maybe Gru. He's kind of big.
Are you able to... Do you think you'd be able to sneak your way into the town with us, Gru?
I shouldn't have a problem at all.
Okay. I'll leave the blessing of the trickster on Gino then.
All right.
Can we start making our way, like, stealthily towards the city?
Yeah, definitely.
Or at least I'm going to start making my way stealthily towards the city.
Okay. Does anybody feel... Gino, I would say, would be the one. But does anybody else feel like their character is particularly stealthy? Is anybody else proficient in stealth, I should say?
I am.
Okay.
I'm most proficient in stealth.
Okay. Because I'm sure Gino is. So,
And he's got... By the way, Gino, you have advantage on stealth checks for an hour.
Alright, nice.
so
Yeah, I was wondering. I was gonna ask what that does.
So, because Gino and Toma both feel like they can sneak their way into places, Gino, I will let you roll that stealth roll with advantage, and Gino, basically what you'll be doing is you'll be taking lead, and you will be kind of moving the party at a correct pace to be correctly stealthy. At 20, alright.
Good deal.
Alright, so everybody, you guys kind of follow Gino's orders, and you kind of move like he moves, and you guys start moving towards Greenest. And it's going to take you a little while to get there, because you guys are moving stealthily, but I will say you guys get there with no problem. That stealth is pretty good. Alright, let me go ahead and move you guys. And let me double check, make sure I did this right.
Like, as we were coming in, did we see the city, like, firing any sort of, like, ballista or any sort of weaponry at this creature?
So as you get closer, you will see that there is no ballista fire, but some of the guards are firing crossbows at the dragon when it attempts to sweep low.
Okay.
And they're all kind of perched on top of the parapet of the keep. So I will go ahead and move you guys over to Greenest. You guys should be, I think, in the top rightish area. If the thing would load. There we go.
Yep.
Okay.
I see it.
Alright, so as you guys kind of enter Greenest, you guys can hear that it is full-blown chaos. You hear people screaming. You see kind of shadowy figures darting in between buildings. And let me actually play the right music this time. There we go. Stop that one. Turn that off. There we go. All right. So yes, thick plumes of smoke kind of pour from fires and buildings, and kind of screams echo. And you see both villagers and rather rough-looking individuals running amok. And from where you guys are, you guys can see the keep, and the keep is about in the center of town, but it is situated upon a very steep hill.
It would be pretty noticeable somebody trying to go up there, probably.
Yes, and you guys know that the easiest way to get up to this keep would be from the western side of the hill, where there's a path that kind of helps anyone go up. And you guys can see lots of villagers evacuating to this keep here.
And it's this keep right here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So, as you guys kind of stealth your way in, you don't get a sense that anybody has noticed you yet, even though perhaps individuals maybe pass you, kind of sprinting about, not too far away from you. What do you guys want to do?
Where is the dragon at in relation to us currently?
Okay, let me go ahead and get him real quick so I can show you. Alright, so there we go. So he is kind of closer to the southern side, kind of dipping close down towards some of the houses on the other side of the river. But that's kind of where he's at right now.
Y'all want to head for the keep where everybody's going and rescue anybody who's like not doing well?
You mean try to help some stragglers make it to the keep?
Yeah.
People who are possibly injured?
We should check the houses that are on fire. Make sure they're all evacuated.
We can do that. Are there any houses that are on fire, like right in our general vicinity here? Like close up?
Yeah, there's a few. I'll go ahead and
Fire, interesting. So have we seen this dragon breathe fire?
You have not. So far, all it's really done is kind of a sweeping type move. And it doesn't seem like he's actually made any attacks on anybody. Let me do this if that's not too big. There we go.
Would I have any idea what sort of breath a blue dragon would have?
I'll let you either. Trying to think of what you would roll.
Would any of you have any idea what type of breath a blue dragon would have? Is it fire? Is it lightning? Is it ice? Do you have any idea?
What should I roll for that?
Yeah.
That would be a nature check.
I've not read about any dragons in my books.
Dang it, every time.
Okay. Well, okay.
I wasn't gonna roll. I was asking for help, so.
Right. Gino, you know that blue dragons are known for their lightning breath.
Clouds. Wonder what a
Doesn't add up.
Fire.
You know what type of breath they have?
Well, from what I've seen and read, blue dragons only, well, they're known for breathing lightning, so why there's this much fire everywhere is kind of a mystery.
I think we need to be on our guard then. There could potentially be something on the ground attacking as well and lighting fire to these homes. I think we need to prepare for more than just the dragon potentially. And I will get my shield and my spear out.
Okay. I'll go ahead and put you guys right there. All right. All right. Do you guys press your way further into Greenest?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
And you guys, I'm just gonna use that stealth roll you guys rolled earlier. I'll say that Gino and Toma, you guys are both doing a pretty good job of keeping yourselves low. You guys kind of lean up against buildings as long as they're not on fire. Maybe weave your way in and out of alleyways, but you guys begin heading west towards the keep. And as you get closer to the keep, you can hear this, that kind of the sounds of screams become louder. So I will go ahead. But you guys get between some of these buildings here. When Toma and Gino, you are the first to spot it, but it seems like a rather decent cluster of figures is quickly also squeezing their way through this alleyway between the building. And you see kind of a woman leading this group, and she wields a rough wooden shield and a broken spear, and she's got 3 children following behind her, as well as a severely wounded man who's kind of limping his way, and the children are kind of helping try to push this man forward. But you also notice that kind of in a flash, small figures also pour into this alleyway, chasing this family here. I will go ahead and move you to here. Oh, hello. All right. None of them seem to notice you, but when the family makes their way out of the alleyway onto this main pathway that you guys are on, the woman stops and turns towards these small creatures, kind of lifting her shield up and kind of smacking her spear against the front of the shield, as the injured man and the children kind of make their way past and begin moving away. And she kind of looks over her shoulder and yells at them to run. What do you guys do?
Yeah, I'm rushing right up to the front line with her, if I can make it.
Yeah, I'd say you'd be able to do that.
30 feet, yeah, right there.
Okay. What does everybody else want to do?
Might as well. Let's go follow.
Grugresh knocks an arrow into his bow.
Okay. Well,
And yeah, Gino's gonna also be sort of staying behind with Grugresh, sort of getting his bow ready.
all right. Well, I guess we will roll initiative.
Would I have had time to do an attack on that one as I rushed up, or no?
Actually, I will let you guys have a surprise round, because you guys rolled extremely high on stealth. They rolled a 19 for their perception, and did not. They almost got you, but they didn't. So you guys, and even if they did see you, you don't. They don't seem to pay you guys too much mind. They seem to be focused on this family here. So we got Gruz, we got Antonia, we got Gino.
Let me roll my initiative.
Oh, yep. Just making sure.
It gave me a error, but I got a 17.
Okay, I'll just
Said you wanted to send the results, but no valid token was selected.
Gotcha, yeah. Alright, let me go ahead and roll theirs real quick. But because we will be doing a surprise round, I'll kind of let you guys decide. There's no particular order, I guess. You guys are just able to kind of let out, like, maybe like an action, essentially.
Okay. Just an action or an action and a bonus?
I'll just allow a bonus action as well. That's fine.
Okay, cool. I am going to attack with my short spear on this one right there.
Okay.
One-handed. 15 to hit.
Yep, that's a hit.
4 piercing damage.
All right, so you
And
your bonus action.
my bonus action, I'm going to cast Sanctuary on the lady.
Okay, so let me go ahead and give her a little icon.
And there's the thing. So basically, they have to roll a Wisdom saving throw if they want to attack her.
Okay. And boop. It's gonna get kind of buried in initiative, so but that's okay as long as it's in chat. And anybody else wanting to do any actions before combat starts?
Grigrish will fire off an arrow, if that's all right.
Yeah.
That one right there.
Nice.
22 to hit.
22 is a hit. And 5 points. Alright. Grugresh, you pull out your short bow, knock an arrow, and you let it fly. And this creature, who's solely focused on this woman here, that has kind of stopped and put herself between these creatures and her family, your arrow finds its mark in the side of its head, and it kind of thuds softly in the ground. Okay.
Hunting rockets.
I missed killing it by 1 damage, didn't I? Because I rolled a 1.
Sure did, unfortunately. Gino, Antonia, anything you guys want to do?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to sort this. Sending. Alright. Well, we'll say that's the end of the surprise round, so we are top of the round. So, the woman will actually run up and kind of help you, Toma, and she'll attempt to finish off this creature. It'll say club, but she's actually attacking with the spear. A 10 to hit. Does not hit. This thing, after getting stabbed by Toma, quickly sees her rush in and also kind of jumps back and manages to miss her broken spear. And you, Toma, you're quite familiar with spears. You know that
She loses her frickin' sanctuary, so...
Yeah. You would know that had the spear not been broken and she would have had that little extra bit of reach, she probably would have hit. But that is all she can do. So, one of these small creatures, and you guys are... You know what, I'm going to say it's pretty common knowledge. You guys know that these things are kobolds. So, oh boy. So Sanctuary, he has to roll a Wisdom saving throw.
No, it's gone. She attacked.
Oh, okay.
She attacked immediately after I cast it on her.
Sorry, so I was rolling initiative. Did you say anything to her to denote, like, hey, don't attack? Or anything like that?
I told her to stay back, but...
Okay, because I
think I got lost, but...
Gotcha. I mean, I was rolling initiative, so we can... And since she didn't technically do damage, we can backpedal, because... That's fine. That's totally fine. Okay.
I mean, it's no worries either way, man.
Yeah. So she'll instead she'll hold her ground, but she will instead take the dodge action. But this kobold will still run up and make an attack. So he's got to make a
DC
wisdom.
30.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. Oh boy. Public and normal. Wow, are you kidding me?
Wow.
Oh boy. Okay. So he still gets to make his attack, but he does not get his special.
At disadvantage, though, right?
Is it disadvantage?
Because she took the dodge action.
That's right. That's right. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. So that is a 20 and a 13. Ooh, I think that 13 is still going to hit. It sure is. All right. So she's going to take 4 points of piercing damage. She attempts to use her shield to block it, but this thing is too short, and it finds purchase in her ankle. It kind of gives her a nice little cut. Oh boy. Okay. So this one will run up, and as long as you are concentrating on that spell, it remains in effect, right?
It's not concentration.
Oh, great. Okay, but it lasts. How long does it last?
It lasts for a minute, I think. Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay, so it's still active. So he has to make a Wisdom saving throw. And boom.
You gotta be kidding me.
Wow.
Even with these -2.
These kobolds, man. Public roll. So, so she is still taking... The dodge action gives you disadvantage on all attacks until your next turn, right? Or is it the next? Yep. Okay. So he is just going to roll normally instead. All right. These guys are rolling really well. I don't like it.
They are rolling really well.
So, this kobold the first kobold runs up, kind of gives her a nice slash on the ankle, and you kind of watch her give out a small yelp and kind of drops a little bit. And this kobold runs up and finds an opening and manages to stab her pretty deeply, and she falls to the ground unconscious. All right, Gino, your turn.
All right, so Gino is going to knock back an arrow and let it fly at this one. Before
Okay.
it has the chance to attack anything. So
I don't see myself on the turn order, but I should be at 17 as well.
Okay, yep, I did forget to add you. My bad. 17. We're descending, let me fix that. Okay. So because you guys are allies,
Yeah, he can go first. It's cool.
yeah. Alright, so that 18 is going to hit.
uh,
And 7, alright. So this one already kind of holding a really severe stab wound. You kind of use that to get an opening there, Gino, and you kind of let loose an arrow, and you manage to drop this one. Okay. Anything else, Gino?
nope.
Alright, Toma.
Okay, I am going to... I'm going to cast Bane
Okay.
on this one, and this one.
Okay.
So that's a DC 13 Charisma saving throw.
Okay, so I have to make 3 charismas. Let's see. So here it... What?
You gotta be kidding me.
What's with these kobolds? Oh, there we go. Hey, look
There
at
we
that.
go. Oh my god.
Okay. What does Bane do?
He has a minus D4 to attacks and saving throw. I can't believe you've saved 4 out of 5 times. That's freaking wild with the negative modifier. on each
I
one.
don't.
Man, put a negative modifier on me.
You know what? It's because they rolled so badly last game. They're speaking for it now.
And then, Can I just try to like step over her since she's on the ground? Can I just like step over her body and be like in that space then?
Yeah, I'd say that's okay. I'll move her back.
Okay. And then I'm going to yell at them in Draconic. Come at me!
All right. As you yell that, you watch as they all kind of perk up and like turn and look at you, Toma. All right. Anything else for Toma?
No, I'm good.
All right, Gru.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Let me go ahead and zoom in on the battlefield too, just a little bit. I don't need to be so zoomed out. There we go. That's a little better.
Grugratch is gonna reposition himself. And he's gonna take a shot at this one right here.
All right, go for it. Oof.
Wow!
A 6 does not hit.
Yeah.
Let me see how many bonus action spells.
Oh, I am concentrating now, by the way.
Okay. Do they have... Gosh.
Alright, nope, can't do anything else.
Alright. Let's see. What's a good token here? Whatever, I'll use this weird swirly thing here. Okay.
Okay.
That one is dead. So, two of the children and the injured man kind of stop their flight and turn back, and you hear the man kind of give out kind of a half-choked, "Linan, no!" and we'll kind of start hobbling this way. Alright. And we're gonna go here. Alright, so they run forward, and one of these kobolds will make an attack against you, Toma.
Cool.
And let's see. Let me double check. Yep. Alright. Oof. That is going to be a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright, so
Oh, do they get pack tactics or something?
they sure do. Alright, so that's going to be 5 points of piercing. So you find a dagger kind of in maybe your thigh. As this thing kind of looks, after it stabs you, it looks up at you and in Draconic says, "You've got our attention now." And with that, Antonia, your turn.
Alright. So I'll attack the one that's in front of Toma.
Okay.
I click on the great club, right?
Yes.
Or main weapon. Okay.
Okay, a 12 is going to hit. So go ahead and click on the great club inside the chat box. 10 points. All right. Yeah. With a sickening thud, you just kind of splat this thing down into the dirt. And you kind of hear this sickening crunch as its like bones and innards just kind of get squashed underneath your great club.
Oh my god, yes! Oh, I forgot I can also speak Draconic.
Oh, can you?
Yeah! Can I just like throw out like, y'all, why are you attacking? Or sorry, why are you guys attacking this town?
Okay.
After I just killed their friend.
You kind of just splat this thing and you're like, "Why are you attacking this town?" They're like,
Yeah, exactly. I want exactly this to play out.
Okay. Do you do anything else, Antonia? You still can move.
No, I'll stay. I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay. So one of these little kobolds runs up to you, Antonia, and is going to make an attack against you.
Okay.
And it's just going to be a normal roll. A 17 to hit. Oh my god.
God
Wow.
dang, these kobolds are brutes, man.
I know. So you're going to take 5 points of damage, Antonia. Now, you guys all did recover HP. So you guys, when you entered this, you had your full hit points. So if you hadn't recovered from the last game, make sure you guys are at full before doing damage.
All right, and how much damage do I have?
Just 5 total, so take 5 off your maximum.
There you go.
But as this thing it leaps up onto you, Antonia, and it doesn't have to leap very high, because it's only about 2 feet shorter than you are. It kind of leaps up, maybe like puts an arm around your neck, and then stabs you, like right in the gut.
Wonderful.
And you kind of hear him like excitedly start chittering as he, his dagger finds its way into you. And he said, Queenie needs shinies! Alright, so the one that has Bane, it's its turn now. And so it has a D4 from both attacks and damage? Or
Attacks and saving throws. A minus D4 to attacks and saving throws.
okay, do you want to roll that D4 then?
Sure.
Because he will attempt to make an attack.
2.
A 2. Alright. Has advantage with a creature if at least. Okay. So, reaching down to the ground, he picks up a rock and kind of lugs it into a sling and then begins to spin it around his head before attempting to loose it at you, Toma.
Okay.
Oh boy. And he is going to take a -2 to that. Whoops. So that is a 14.
Nope, miss.
Alright, so you manage to kind of bring your shield up in time to deflect this pebble. But he then kind of takes a couple steps back, but beyond that, that's it for him. And this one is going to run towards Gru and make an attack against him. And oof.
Jeez Louise.
I know. Kobold killers here. Or killer kobolds, I should say.
Elite force of kobold.
I know. Alright, Gru, that's a 20 to hit.
It hits.
Yep, so that's going to be 4 points of piercing damage. Alright, and we're going to skip her. That one is dead. And we're top of the round. So. Whew, okay. That is good.
Yeah, make that death saving throw.
Okay. So. Toma, the one that's kind of still in front of you, is going to make a dagger attack.
Cool.
14 to hit.
Yes.
Alright, yep. You're kind of used to where these guys are aiming for, so you're kind of guarding lower this time. And you manage to shield yourself from their dagger strikes. But beyond that, it is your turn.
Okay. Seems like this is going in our favor, so I am going to yeah, I'm gonna rip off my holy symbol because the band that it's on just like disconnects. So I'm gonna rip it off, place it on the thigh of the lady behind me, and whisper "Fortune favors the bold" and cast Pacify.
Okay. Ooh. 9 points of...
Heals her for 9.
Alright. Yeah, you kind of watch as her eyes kind of snap open and life kind of rushes back through her, and she kind of takes a big gasp of air.
So just a note on that Spellhawk, it takes me, I have to use a hit dice to spend it, so I'm down to 1 hit dice.
Okay.
So if I was to rest during a short rest, I'd only have 1 hit dice to spend.
That's right, yeah. I remember that spell. Alright. Anything else?
Nope, I'm just gonna keep defending here, holding the line here.
All right. Well, then it is now Gino's turn.
All right, so to try and prevent any more attacks from being flung at the woman, Gino's gonna take another shot at his bow towards this one right there.
All right, go for it. Ooh, 11. 11 just barely misses.
Oh.
Yeah. You almost feel as if it's going to strike it, but it quickly ducks down, and it kind of whizzes over its head. And the arrow kind of skitters in the dirt. Oof. Okay. Anything else, Gino?
Still have my movement, right?
Yes.
Alright, so Gino is going to sort of take a quick little run around. Get up here.
Okay. And you avoided being in its range, so you're safe. Okay. Anything else from Gino then?
Nope.
Alright, we're gonna go to Greenest.
Greenest is going to put his hand right in front of the kobold's face and just release a spray of poison.
Alright, so he has to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 12. And that is going to be a 4. That means it is going to hit. You hold your hand out, Greenest, and a kind of thick green mist kind of pours out and sprays into this thing's face. And you watch as it starts kind of grabbing at its throat and kind of coughing and gasping for air. But no matter which way it kind of sways, kind of left and right, it can't escape this poison cloud. And it finally falls to the ground with its legs kind of still kicking, and as blood kind of pours from its mouth and eyes. And it then lies motionless.
Greenest just grunts and turns his attention towards the other kobolds.
Okay. Are you still gonna remain there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, with that, let's see, the young boy. Okay. Okay. So the little boy runs forward and kind of slides. There's like a baseball slide towards his mother, and he kind of starts checking on her, and you can kind of hear him trying not to sob. The father figure kind of just stays there as the couple of steps he took previously seemed to cause him great pain. But other than that, that is it for them. Let's see. 4. Alright, I'm going to make a... I'm going to make... Alright, so... you watch, Toma, as the kobold next to you kind of looks around and sees 4 of his dead allies, and you see kind of a momentary look of fear kind of wash over his face, and you hear him in Draconic say, "A dead kobold gathers no shinies," and he'll take the disengage and begin running away.
Boo. Boo.
Let's see, what is his movement? Okay, so he will begin kind of making his way that way. Antonia, your turn.
It's payback time. I want to hit that kobold again.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead and swing that great club. Oof.
Jesus.
Yeah. So as you lift your great club off the dead corpse of this one, it's kind of like blood dripping off of your club, and you go to swing it at this other one. It wants nothing to do with that club and swiftly dodges it. And you kind of watch as blood kind of sprays off of the great club, kind of spraying over the dirt path. But your attack does not hit otherwise.
Next, we'll get him next time.
Okay, I'm gonna make him an intelligence as well.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a big dumb.
He's just gonna go straight for it. He's gonna try another dagger attack against you, Antonia.
Dang.
That is a 15, which does not hit you. Your AC is 16, so it barely misses. So it goes to stab you, but its dagger digs into your great club, and then it attempts to like pull it out, and it like looks up at you, and it's like, uh-oh, as its dagger is kind of stuck. But at the last second, it manages to withdraw the dagger. But with that, it is going to also start moving away. So, Antonia, you have an opportunity attack if you wish to use it. Which is, you get a free attack, basically.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Ah, yay. Okay. I'll attack. Okay, I'm gonna move. Can I move and attack?
No, you can just attack. So, so right now it's right here. You see that it's fleeing.
Right.
And because it's turned its back on you, you get a free attack on it, basically.
Oh,
so
yes.
go ahead and do your attack roll. That does not hit. So
My gosh.
Yeah. So it turns and starts running, and you swing, but it hears the whoosh of your great club cutting through the air, and you watch as it kind of drops down, kind of into the dirt, before kind of scrambling back up and starts running away. All right.
Suey.
He's gonna make another intelligence saving throw. A 4. All right. So the baned kobold is going to pick up another rock and put it in his sling. So if you wish to, you can use that D4, Toma. Ooh.
4.
Ooh. All right. So he does have a conscious ally next to you, so he does still get his advantage, but it will be at a -4.
Oh, come on.
No. Oof. All right.
Dang.
These damn kobolds.
These guys are really pissing me off.
I know. What is with these rolls? All right. So you are going to take 8 points as this rock just finds its mark, hitting you in the temple. And for a second, Toma, you kind of see double. And he kind of chitters with glee, seeing you kind of reeling from that attack, but he otherwise kind of holds his ground, looking for other rocks. All right. We are now at the top of the round. Everybody's got their reactions back.
Are you sure the advantage doesn't come from them being within 5 feet of an ally?
Let's see. The creature has advantage on attack rolls against the creature if at least one of the kobold's ally is within 5 feet of the creature. Okay, so so I think it's a creature if at least one of the kobold. Okay, so yeah, it does get advantage. So
Okay.
it says it has
That's
advantage. It has advantage against the creature if one of the allies is next to that creature.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. So, Linan will get up to her feet, and she will actually take a step forward. She's actually going to, once she gets up, she kind of puts a hand on your back, Toma, and she kind of gives you kind of a hasty, like, thank you. And she's actually going to run around here, and she is going to make an attack with her spear.
With advantage.
All right.
Yeah, get that little fucker.
Yep. So she manages to stab it in the back, and you hear it let out kind of a small scream as she's kind of sitting there like jamming it into its back, trying to push it as far into him as he can, or as she can, I'm sorry. But it remains on its feet, though it looks severely wounded. And I'm going to make intelligence at disadvantage. Oof. All right. Oh boy. I'm gonna roll a D2. Figure out who he goes for. All right, so he's gonna go for you, Toma.
Okay.
So he's going to attempt to stab you.
You gotta be kidding me.
What is going on with these guys?
Dude, I have such a high armor class
I
for
know.
level 2. Dude.
I know. I don't know what it is.
I'm still up though.
Okay.
Wait.
So
Fuck these kobolds.
This is be hobbling
Yep.
to the place we're trying to get to. I don't remember what it's called.
Well, it's a good thing we didn't attack the dragon, guys.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah.
So though this kobold gets a nice stab into you, Toma, you see for a second, like, the fact that you didn't drop from the stab, and the fact that it kind of still has a spear jabbed in its back, it will actually attempt to run away. So, Toma, you get an opportunity attack
Yes, please.
as it attempts to flee.
13.
Sorry, I'll put him right here still. 13 is a hit. And technically it would have been at advantage. Never mind. No, it wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because once. Yeah, it
I
would
think
have
it
been.
would have.
Yeah, it would have
Yeah.
been an advantage.
Let me roll to see if I crit him.
All right.
Nope.
No, but that's all.
Close.
All right. So 6 points of piercing. All right. So it manages to dislodge the spear out of its back before it turns tail and begins running. And Toma, with a cool flurry with your short spear, you actually manage to give a solid cut across its back, and you watch as it kind of stops and kind of cringes in pain before just falling face forward between you and Linan. And it is dead.
Oh, yay.
And with that, the other 3 kobolds that are still kind of attempting to flee start like screaming in terror. So, Toma and Gino, you guys are up.
Yeah, I'm just healing myself, so.
Okay.
For 9.
All right. And Gino?
Since he's being an annoying bastard throwing rocks, Gino's gonna knock another arrow.
Yes.
Fire
we
at the
know.
one thing.
All right, go for it. 14's a hit.
Alright.
Okay.
At 1 damage away from killing it again.
Yeah.
These things are so
Yeah.
lucky.
So it's actually crouching down and going to grab a rock when your arrow finds its way into his hand, and he drops the rock that he had, and he's holding his hand and screaming. And he kind of grabs the arrow and starts like twisting it and attempting to pull it out.
Oh, I have movement. I'm
can
going
still
to
use
use the
that.
movement too.
Yeah, go ahead and use that. Okay, so you heal yourself and you kind of trod forward towards this kobold here. And it like turns around and looks at you as it's attempting to escape and sees you like you're right behind him. And you hear him kind of let out a little scream.
Well, hello, little
I
buddy.
should probably zoom out and show the rest of them. I apologize. Okay. Anything else, Gino?
Nope.
All right, we're gonna go to Gru then.
Alright, let me just see something real quick.
Mm-hmm. You know what, since it's not updating, I'm gonna turn this off.
If I move right here, can I still hit him with the poison spray?
Poison spray it does have a 10-foot reach, so yeah.
Awesome. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Take these off. You don't need that. You're not even using it anyways, so let's try and take it off. Alright, cool. A DC 12 Constitution saving throw. Alright. Oof.
Wow.
Yeah, it does
There's
not.
one
These
damage.
things, man, they're
I
making
know.
all their saves.
I don't understand.
Elite batch of
They wasted
people.
all their bad rolls on initiative. Now they're rolling high.
Yeah, they're all using weighted dice because that's what a kobold would do. Okay, so we're gonna go to the children. We're gonna go to the other family members' turns, and they kind of begin following Linan, but she kind of turns and gives them like a sharp order to stay back, and they kind of will, kind of all in unison, take a little bit of a step back. So we're gonna go here. All right, so. Okay. So, this kobold is going to continue fleeing and moves his 60 feet away. But, Antonia, it's your turn.
I forgot to roll concentration checks, so there they
Okay.
are. I succeeded.
Yep. So it is Antonia's turn.
I want to run at the kobold that for revenge again. So it's this one, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we're gonna attack again.
Okay.
If you can get around to the opposite side from me, you can get advantage on your attack if you have
Okay,
enough movement.
you said opposite side of you, like this one?
Yep.
Okay, we gonna do that. Ah,
All right.
baby.
And go ahead and click again to because you get to
click
basically
again,
roll.
so-
Yeah, you get to roll twice basically and take. Okay, so that
Okay, yeah, this is what he
yeah,
do.
that 22 is gonna hit with that 5 points. That is enough
yes.
to bludgeon this poor little creature to death.
Poor little
it's
creature in my butt.
Lifeless, limp corpse just kind of crumples between Antonia and Toma. And he kind of lets out one last little gurgle sound before he stops moving.
I would like
okay.
to spit on his body.
All right. He's dead, so he's off the turn order. Okay, so looking quite desperate, this kobold is going to run towards you, Toma, and he pulls the arrow out of his hand and he goes to stab you with it. So
If he hits with that, I was gonna say, man. That's
yeah, he's severely wounded.
Desperation.
You see that he might be a little disoriented from blood loss. You just kind of, like, not even trying, you just sidestep, and he kind of falls at your feet with Gino's arrow in his hand. But other than that, he does nothing else. Top of the round, we're going to go to Linan. And she's going to position herself behind, using Toma as a distraction. And
That's what I'm here for.
she's gonna raise her spear up in the air and let out a "Die, foul creature!" before attempting to stab it in the back, and rolls that and manages to slay the last kobold.
Nice.
Besides the one that's escaped.
Wait, how far away was it? Because I have a
it's-
light crossbow with a pretty decent range, I think.
Yeah, so he's 60 feet. So yeah, if you wish to take a pot shot at him,
Yeah.
he is. If you, I'll zoom out of the map, but he's further south from you. So
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a pot shot at him.
Uger should do the same.
I think
What
the
is
range on a light crossbow is like 120 feet on the first one, so.
I think so. And I mean,
21.
yeah, you're within 65, yeah. So I believe that's enough to hit. Yep, your range is 80, so that's more.
Oh my god, all these ones on these damage rolls, man.
I know.
That's my third one on a damage roll.
All right, so your arrow finds its way into the back of its calf, and it lets out a scream, and it attempts to limp away. Gino, you're up.
Yeah,
Didn't it take 1 damage last time?
Not that one.
Not with the poison spray?
No, it doesn't take half damage. It takes no damage if it succeeds.
Gotcha.
So,
Alright, so
yeah, it's Gino's turn.
Alright, so yeah, Gino's gonna kind of move up and take a shot at that one.
All right, go for it.
Yeah.
15's a hit. And
There we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
There's no way that you could have not done enough damage. So your arrow, he's kind of crouched down trying to pull the arrow out of the back of his leg. And he finally does, and as soon as he kind of stands straight up, your arrow finds the back of his head, Gino, and then he just slumps forward. And I believe all assailants have been slain. We are now out of initiative. So, let me go ahead and move you guys back to Greenest. Alright. So I can go ahead and also turn off the turn order. I am doing the wrong thing. Okay.
I turned to Linan. Was that her name?
Yes.
You held yourself very well out there.
She says, I did it to protect my family.
I understand. I'm glad we could be here to help. Timora smiled on you this day.
Yes, we are entirely indebted to you, you brave folks, for coming to our aid. My husband was severely wounded previously, and it's been hard getting him to the keep with such wounds.
I would heal him, but my capabilities for that are pretty much expended for the day.
Gru, you're a big guy. Why don't you carry him to the keep?
Why?
Like a princess.
Why should I carry them?
Because he's hurt. And we have to save people.
What good would I be if I'm holding a man?
We can always drop him when we need to.
Why are you volunteering me for such things?
Because you're a big boy.
Greg just walked away.
Sorry, I guess you're gonna have to limp.
Did you see any other creatures such as these kobolds or anything else in town that was creating this destruction besides obviously the large giant dragon?
Well, we've seen these kobolds, as you called them. There's many of them running amok, and we've noticed that even rarely some of them have wings, and they seem to be leading small groups of them about. But we've also seen a rather wide array of assailants, some dressed in dark robes with strange masks, and it almost feels like just they look like mercenaries to me.
Oh man, never trust a person in a mask.
You say there are people with these kobolds?
Yes,
attacking the town?
Yes, they've been kicking down doors and breaking windows, and it looks like they're trying to steal and loot and cause as much chaos as they can while they're here. But please, we have very little time to talk, especially with my wounded husband here. I can help him, and that'll allow us to move a little bit faster, but we need to get to the keep as soon as possible before the portcullis is shut and locked.
Well, I suppose we have no choice then. Is your family able to move relatively quietly and unseen? I can help take the other. You take one of your husband's shoulders, I'll take the other, and we can just carry him that way.
While they're doing this, the Greenest wants to attempt to try to pick up 2 of the kids.
Okay. What's your strength?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
10.
10. Do you have access to your carry weight limit?
No, it doesn't say on my sheet.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let's see.
It doesn't really give you that information readily available.
Right. Let's see. Here we go. Encumbrance. Here we go. Where is encumbrance? Let's see. If you carry weight in excess of 5 times your strength score, so you can carry about 50 pounds, I think. If you carry weight in excess of 10 times... Hold on, let me find... I found better rules for this. And okay. You can push, drag, or lift a weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity, which is 30 times your strength score. So that's 300. While pushing or dragging...
That's a lot.
I know, that seems odd.
The one I
10 is
found...
supposed to be average strength.
I know.
The one I found was from the Roll20 thing. I'll post it in the chat.
Okay. Okay. Carrying capacity. Okay, so that's 150 then. Yeah.
Yep.
So you could get, and it's 2 children. They're, around the ages of like 10. So I'm sure with 150 pounds, you're able to carry both of them.
1 on each arm.
Okay. Yeah. You kind of pick these children up.
I'm gonna give Gru my blessing of the trickster. So I put my hand on my medallion and then just reach out and touch him.
Okay.
Since he's carrying the 2.
Why are you touching me?
To help you be more sneaky, my friend. Not everyone's out to get you.
I just don't like being touched by people I don't know.
We know each other.
For a day.
But Linan will kind of...
I'll remember that the next time you need healing, that you don't like to be touched by strangers.
I don't.
But Linan will go, please, we don't have the time for this. Okay. Are you guys moving stealthily?
Yes.
Okay. So,
I am, at least.
okay. So, I will let Gino do his stealth roll with advantage again. I'm not gonna make everybody roll. There's just too much rolling. Too many things to keep track of. Okay. 13. All right. So, with Linan and her family in tow, you guys begin kind of stealthily moving, and I have to... Sorry. Whoop, did not mean to move that. Okay, cool. Good to know. So, you guys are here. And Linan will kind of lead you guys and kind of point you guys in the direction towards the keep. So you guys do manage to get a good ways, and I have to 20. All right. So as you guys come to near this this burning house, you guys hear voices from within the house, and you can hear kind of the shattering of glass, and you can kind of hear voices coming through the broken windows like, this'll do great for the pile. And then another voice says, yeah, but keep looking. And you kind of hear them kind of going back and forth with similar things. And you could see kind of shadows moving throughout this house here. but you don't think that they otherwise notice you.
Good, let's get the fuck out of here. Keep moving.
And Linan kind of makes a motion like stay low and puts like a finger up to her lips. Alright, so you guys with that manage it. Hold on, I'm gonna do this. Alright.
And can we like sneak behind these other houses to try to like shave off some distance?
Oh yeah, totally.
Like kind of like go through like there to get to the keep? If it looks safer, I mean, if there's not, you know, stuff out there.
Yeah, you guys can definitely go off the path. You guys kind of have to hug the hill, and as you guys kind of get up to the hill, Linan will kind of whisper to you, like says, I don't think my husband can make it up the hill. We're going to have to keep going until we get to the path.
We should be able to carry him. I'm relatively strong. Is anyone else in the group relatively strong? How much does this guy weigh?
Let's see. I'm going to say, we'll say roughly 150 pounds, 160 pounds.
Okay. I got a 13 strength, so I can carry him then.
Okay. So you guys
I'll just kind of like, put him onto my back, I guess, or get him like fireman carry, like over my shoulder and just carry him up.
Okay. So yeah, you toss him back there. At the base of the hill, and as you kind of lift him up, Linan's like, please be careful. Okay, and you guys want to kind of just climb the hill rather than going all the way around to the path?
Is climbing the hill more sneaky?
I mean, it's off the path, so you think so.
Oh, that's true. But I mean, like, yeah.
Okay, so
I was just thinking from the standpoint of saving time if we're worried about the portcullis coming down.
Right. Okay, so Toma and Gru, because you guys are carrying people, I will need you to either make a strength athletics or a dexterity acrobatics. Whichever you feel is highest.
Oof.
Oh. Dang.
Okay. So as you guys kind of climb this hill, you find that it's quite slick. And you find yourselves kind of slipping and dropping to your knees occasionally. So, Gino, I need you to make me a stealth check again real quick.
With advantage?
Yes, because you have the... no, because Gresh has...
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so just normal.
Okay.
Alright. So, both Toma and Grugresh, you're able to kind of reclaim your villagers. After you kind of slip and tumble a little bit, maybe you slide down the hill just a little bit, but you guys all kind of duck down, or Gino tells you to duck down. And you guys kind of hear voices nearby, but then they kind of taper off, going out into the distance. But you're able to get back up to your feet, reclaim the villagers that you guys were carrying, and continue your way back up the hill. All right. I won't make you guys roll again. But all right. Missions. Let's see. As you guys come up to the top of the hill and kind of reconverge on the pathway, you guys can hear voices yelling from inside the keep. And if you guys look back towards the path, you will actually see a rather decent size of like humans and dwarves, half-orcs, all kind of dressed in rusty, dented armor, carrying like chipped weapons, running towards the keep, kind of going up the path. And from inside the keep, you can hear voices kind of yelling like, "Get in, now!"
Gregorish will put down the kids, and he'll turn his attention. He'll point one finger out towards a mass of people coming towards him. He'll cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm just getting my guy inside, bolting in.
All right. So Toma, you go inside. Gino and Antonia, what are you doing?
Yeah, I too.
Okay, and you guys are able to move your tokens. So if you guys need to move them, you should be
What
able
do I
to.
roll?
I don't do any
Is it not under? Hold on.
It's a ranged spell attack, so
Let me see. You should have it. You don't have it, really? Hold on.
should be a +4 to hit.
Eldritch Blast. You do have. Yeah. So. Hold on. Roll 20 just didn't do that. Spell. I think it's this one. 1d10, and it's force damage. And crit is an additional d10. There you go. You should have Eldritch Blast under your attacks now. There you go. Let's see. Say. Alright, so you let out an Eldritch Blast at kind of the head of this group that's running up. And this man that you fire off at is wearing kind of a dark cloak with a mask on, and your Eldritch Blast does strike him. So go ahead and roll that damage there. Ooh, 10
Nice.
points. All right, your blast drops this man.
Ended
And-
his whole career.
And with that, he runs inside.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say, you turn and begin running inside, and you kind of have to duck down as you run in because the portcullis is quickly dropping. So you kind of barely make it in before it shuts. And with a loud thud, the portcullis comes down, and the guards begin barricading this portcullis. And they all begin to kind of push up against it, doing their best to kind of keep the gate down.
Is there a chance to get some more like sacred flames and stuff off at these people running at us through the gate while they're doing this?
Yeah, you can fire off a couple at them.
Okay. You have to roll for it. It's a dex saving throw.
Okay, yeah.
DC 13, so.
Okay. And as soon as it kind of comes shutting down, this small group that's running up the hill at you guys, they kind of stop, and you see that like they know that with their numbers they're not going to be able to break in. So they kind of stop and begin kind of turning back around, but you're able to kind of give... Toma, you're definitely able to do that. And you said a dexterity?
Yep, dexterity saving throw.
Okay, so, and I'll kind of let you pick between some of the targets in this group. There's more people that are dressed in dark robes with these strange masks on. They look like mercenaries, you know, kind of rough-looking gear, rough-looking men. And then you have these figures that are dressed in like light leather armor over robes.
Gonna go for the ones in masks, the rough-looking men.
All right, yeah, go for it then. He has to make a dexterity, you said?
Yep.
All right.
Oh my god. You've rolled at my DC like 4 times.
I know. I don't know what it is. And
No, that's a
you get
success on the damage.
So you get a sense that like they're kind of expecting retaliation, so they're already kind of crouched and getting ready to turn around when you launch your attack at them, but they're able to dodge, and they begin running down the hill. And you kind of watch as the guards kind of collapse, like breathing heavily. And I'll go ahead and let me make sure. Put you guys here.
Who's in charge here?
So after the guards kind of manage to catch their breath, one of them goes, "You'll want to speak to Governor Nighthill. He should be up on the parapet right now." Let me make sure you guys are good. And boom. me zoom out. I don't need to zoom out enough. Okay, so as you guys get into this keep, you can see a multitude of commoners kind of crouched in various places. Some of them crying, some of them nursing wounds. But the guards will kind of point you to a staircase, and they say, he should be up there. He'll be pacing around if you find him.
And I'm sorry, what was the name?
Governor Nighthill. And let's see. 1 second. And he says, I'm sorry, Tarba Nighthill. And I'll go ahead and put it in the chat.
Okay.
And then the guard will kind of turn to the other ones and he'll say, all right, back on your feet. Keep an eye out for those ruffians. They could be back at any moment. And have your crossbows ready and loaded for if that dragon passes over again. And
has the dragon done anything yet besides just look terrifying and scary?
Not that I've seen. And he'll kind of look at the other guards, and they all kind of shrug and shake their heads. Say, it feels as if it's just doing passes now that I think about it.
Interesting. Well, take blessings where we can get them, I suppose.
And,
turning towards the rest of my party, do you think we should go see this Governor Tarba Nighthill?
Let's go see what his plans are for this attack and what we're gonna do to help
Yes.
the town, I guess.
We need to find a way out of this for sure.
Okay. So, heading upstairs, it's not difficult to find a rather older gentleman. He appears to be about in his 60s, kind of pacing up on the parapets. And he kind of turns when he's doing his pacing towards you, and you see that the complete right side of his face is bandaged up, and one of his arms is in a sling. He seems to be severely wounded, but he is doing what appears to be his absolute best up here.
Man, you're not looking great. What happened?
He says, I was down in the town square at the onset of the attack, and I did take a good couple of blows before I was able to escape. And who might you be?
The people
Travelers.
need... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, it's all you.
Oh, just travelers. We're gonna sell something, but seems like your town was in a bit of trouble, so.
You could say that again. There's a damned dragon flying above. Half my men are bleeding and dying. And look at the town. It's in shambles. It's being ransacked and looted.
Do you have any other form of clerics or healers here in your keep?
We have a few that are familiar with the uses of healers' kits, and they're doing their best. As you can see, I've already been tended to. But as far as...
Doesn't look like they did a terribly good job, though. And the people need their leader. I'm gonna burn my last spell slot and cast Healing Word on him.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and, here you go. It's kind of an image of him, and that's without, that's sans bandages.
Of course, I roll a 1 again, but he gets 4 health.
Okay, so you managed to kind of lay upon him some uplifting words, and when this kind of washes over him, he kind of reaches up to his face and kind of pats on the bandages, and then using his one good arm, he starts kind of unraveling it, and he kind of pulls the bandages off, and you can see that it's still it's kind of scarred over, but otherwise it's no longer like bleeding. There doesn't seem to be any chance for infection or anything like that. And doing that, he says, "Thank you. I'm sure the people will be more inspired if, the governor isn't bleeding half to death.
My thoughts exactly.
I think.
I have a quick question.
Mhm.
From where Greenest is standing on the parapet, is he able to see where the mercenaries are gathered?
So, are you talking about the ones that were attempting to go up the hill?
Yeah.
As you look out, they seem to have kind of split off and gone different directions. And Governor Nighthill will kind of notice you looking out, and he says, now that the portcullis is down, they know we're trapped in here. Now they've got free reign of Greenest. They'll be ransacking all throughout the night.
Greenest points his hand out towards one of the individuals he can see, and I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast again.
Okay.
Yeah, I have what's this spell called? The Eldritch Spear, so I get 300 feet.
All right. That's pretty good. So go ahead and roll. Okay. Yeah, you managed to strike a particular individual. So go ahead and roll that damage there. 2 points. Okay. So your Eldritch Blast kind of glances off of them, and you kind of hear them give a yelp, and they kind of go sprinting, and then ducking and weaving between houses, kind of out of view. And Governor Nighthill kind of turns towards you and says, that was a magnificent shot. Seems like you guys aren't run-of-the-mill travelers. I hate to ask strangers, but I believe it's quite obvious that Greenest is in need of help.
That it is, and we did send some. We were hired to escort somebody here to Greenest for a shipment of iron. We left the shipment of iron on the road, and the dwarf that was, whose job it was that had hired us, we actually sent him back along the road to the nearest city to send help to Greenest. So hopefully he follows through on that. I don't know. I didn't get the greatest sense off of him, but hopefully he follows through on that. But who knows how long that help will take. I mean, he probably won't be anywhere until tonight at least.
And Hill says, yes, I have no idea when help will arrive, but I appreciate you sending somebody. But I feel like any nearby town or city that could get a sizable force to get to Greenest, I'm sure Greenest will be nothing but ash by the time they're able to arrive.
What do you propose we do? Seeing as you seem so helpless.
Well, they don't seem to be the most of organized attackers. And they also don't seem to be paying too much attention to villagers and the like. I feel like you'd be able to launch counterattacks in small little areas and slowly reclaim parts of Greenest. Now, it hasn't been used in hundreds of years, but I believe that there's an old tunnel beneath the keep here that leads out. If I remember correctly, it leads towards the river running through Greenest, and it's kind of a hidden passage meant to use as escapes and whatnot. If you were to take this tunnel, I'm sure you would be able to sneak up on some of these less wary groups. But we need more information. We have little information as to why this attack has been launched.
And the dragon hasn't done anything so far, right?
No, but I don't know how long.
Guys, why don't we just ask the dragon to help us kill everybody?
I don't think it'll quite work that way, Antonia, but it's a good thought.
but I mean, might as well talk to the dragon. If not, we could just try to run away.
From what I know, dragons are arrogant creatures, and speaking to it may anger it. We don't know. We don't know how it will react.
Yeah, but I mean, wouldn't it be so cool if we got a dragon to help us defeat all these people, and it'd be so much faster.
I'm pretty sure that they're among allies.
I agree with Brew. I think it would be a strange coincidence if there was a dragon here while all of this was happening and the dragon wasn't somewhat involved or the leader of what is going on here.
Maybe he just wanted to watch because it's interesting.
We heard people talking about like bringing stuff back to a Hoard, right? Or
Yes.
like talking about. So would I be able to draw a conclusion with my insight that they're gathering stuff from the town to take to this dragon's Hoard?
Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be easy to kind of parse from what you've heard.
Honestly, I think they'll get bored eventually. It seems like what they're doing is just raiding the town for the valuables to take to the dragon to appease the dragon, and then as soon as they're bored, they'll be off to the next town. There'll be nothing left for them here.
Even the mercenaries are working for the dragon?
I believe so, yes.
What I'm thinking is that the governor here wants us to make sure the town's wealth is all together.
And then you kind of see Governor Nighthill kind of perk up, and he kind of grabs onto your shoulder, Toma, and he kind of points out into the distance. And he says, if we're looking for information, that's who we want. And kind of out in the distance, it's kind of hard to tell, but you see a human female dressed in purple robes kind of wandering throughout the streets, and she's kind of pointing and she's yelling stuff, but at this distance you guys can't pick out what she's saying. But she is kind of accompanied everywhere by about a dozen or so guards. I'll go ahead and...
Like city guards? Is this a friendly person or a bad person?
By guards, I mean they're like mercenaries and cultists.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
So I'll go ahead and post. There we go. That's roughly what she looks like.
And she's the leader on the ground, do you think?
We think so. She appears to be a commander of some sort. Even if it's a low-ranking commander, it's better than nothing. These mercenaries, the few that we've been able to squeeze stuff out of, they don't really know what's going on. They're just here to loot.
We should use the tunnels to get to her directly instead of attacking every single person, even though I would love that so much.
Would you potentially have a place for us to rest before we go out and try to seek out the rest of these brigands and cultists and so forth? We ran into a group of kobolds on our way in, and they were a little tougher than I expected. They took quite a bit out of me.
Yes, you could catch a rest, though I ask that you not take too long. Give me 1 second. Go ahead and type that for my notes there. So I'll say that you guys arrived in Greenest about noon. But yes, if you need a rest and you need a medic to tend to you, that's totally possible. But I ask that you not spend too much downtime. And they might be after our loot, or they might be out looting. But if we don't end them, then there will be nothing left for Greenest. Yes, they might get bored and leave once they've collected everything, but then that means there's nothing left.
I understand, but truly the only things that can't be replaced are the lives here in Greenest, and as long as we protect those, I think we will be successful. I know it seems grim, but You will be shown a way. I have faith that there is more for Greenest out there.
Well, I highly doubt that all of the residents here have made it to the fortress. Do you know if there's anything else or any location that we would find more survivors?
Actually, yes. There is a spot that I feel like a significant amount of people hold up in, and that would be that'd be the sanctuary. That's further east from here. I think there's some boarded up with some of the clerics there. I doubt that that sanctuary is as fortified as the keep, so I don't know how long they'll be able to last. If you take the tunnel underground, it should lead you rather close to the sanctuary. And I feel like we could use the sanctuary to kind of safely get villagers to the keep.
Well, what if we were to wait for the cover of nightfall so that we were able to sneak around even more easily and try to get all of the civilians back to the keep through these passages and such? We'll have a much easier time sneaking around in the nighttime as opposed to in the middle of daylight.
Perhaps it would be wise for us to secure the passage. Not entirely sure if it will remain safe. You said that it hasn't been used for hundreds of years, correct?
Yes.
Then there may be things lurking in there. Perhaps we should go in there to secure it, make sure there's nothing to harm us or villagers.
Again, at the rate that they're going, I don't know if there would be much of Greenest come nightfall. And there is much to do. And I hate to lean entirely on you, but as you see, our guards are already severely wounded, and what we have left is remaining here in the keep to keep the villagers and the attackers at bay.
I understand what you're saying.
No.
It's just all of my healing capabilities for the day have been spent. So if we want to make it out of this alive, I have a feeling we're going to need some of those healing capabilities based off of how tough the last fight was. I think these things, they pack a pretty good punch, and we'll need to bring our A game, so we'll at least need to rest beforehand.
Give me a moment to speak with the medic to see if I can't send you out with something. I can't tell you to go out and help Greenest, but if you don't go, I will be forced to send what few men I can spare out. And I feel, as I hate to say it, I feel as if they're less qualified to handle this situation than you are.
Alright. If we're gonna go speak to your healers to see what provisions they can grant us, now's the time to do so. I'll talk to these and see what they would like to do. Let's talk amongst ourselves, and maybe we can come up with a way to help you.
But if you are looking to secure that tunnel, look for a dwarf wandering about here in the keep. He goes by the name of Castellan Escobert.
Oh my god, these names.
I know.
Castellan, like the title? Castellan?
I think so. I'll go ahead and type it in. I did it in Twitch View again. I keep doing that. Oh well. But he's quite easy to spot. He's a shield dwarf. He's got rather knotted, tangled, bright red hair. He's easy to spot. He's the master of the keep, and he'll be trudging about, fortifying defenses and yelling at guards. But he should have the keys to the tunnel.
Very well. I suppose we can at least check the tunnels first while you check with your medic and see what supplies might be available to us.
Oh, very well. And he'll kind of give you a small little bow before he kind of starts running down further somewhere into the keep there. I'll just put him over here, I guess. But on top of this parapet, let's see. Oh yeah, all of you guys' passive perceptions are definitely high enough to kind of hear the sharp yells from a dwarf kind of barking orders. Alright, what do you guys want to do?
Do we see him right there?
Yes, yeah, you'd be able to see him. And he's kind of yelling at the guards up on the parapet. And, oops. And he's like, Percy, if I find out your crossbow isn't loaded again, I'll hang ya. And you just hear like, yes, Castellan. And then you hear like a clunk from a crossbow being loaded. And as you approach, he kind of turns and looks at you. Aye, what can I do for you?
We want to go in the tunnels.
We were asked by the governor to secure the tunnelway in case we could get survivors to return here, or if we need to make an escape.
He kind of thinks it about for a moment. Aye, that could work. Very well. Know that the rock is very old, probably rusted. Might need a little bit of, elbow grease. But you look like you can handle it. And he'll reach down to his belt and pull out a ring of keys, and he hands it over to you. And you can see the keys themselves are a bit old and kind of rusted, made of like dark wrought iron. He actually will kind of wave you over as he moves over a little bit further south into the keep and kind of shows you to a pile of crates and barrels. And he says, the door be hidden behind these boxes here. Give me a hand.
Kruger hands the keys over to Toma and then walks over to Escobar and starts helping him with the boxes.
Okay. Yeah, and it will take you guys a few moments to move all of the barrels out of the way. They're quite heavy and filled with lots of stuff here.
By the way, you can tell he's trying to hide it, but Toma is pretty fucked up right now. Like, he has some serious wounds that he's still, like, bleeding and stuff from that he hasn't tended yet.
Okay, so, after you guys finish moving the boxes here, the Governor Nighthill returns, followed by a rather, like, wispy-looking man, kind of dressed in white robes. And he, kind of at his hip is a rather large leather pouch, and you can hear the sounds of like clinking and stuff from inside of it. But Governor Nighthill returns and he goes, I see you've already found Castellan and are making quick work. Very good. I've talking to the medic here. He'll be able to patch some of you up here before you head into the thing. But he's also got a few potions he's able to part with, if that'll help you.
That would help greatly.
Okay. And let's see. There we go. 6 plus 4. So D6 plus 4. The healer will kind of approach you, Toma, and reaches into his bag and pulls out like a clear bottle of liquid and some like cotton balls. And he pours some of the liquid and he starts dabbing some of your wounds, and it stings pretty badly. But after he does that, he kind of puts some bandages over it. So, ouch, really? All right. Well, so that's 5 hit points back.
Okay, I'll take it.
Wow. Good job.
I'm having such bad luck today.
I know. But he kind of, once he's done bandaging you up, you see that his hands are shaking quite a bit, and his face is quite pale. And Toma, you kind of get the sense that he's probably relatively new at this, and he hasn't quite gotten over the shock of seeing such severe wounds and blood. But
in addition to those healing potions, would you happen to have an extra healer's kit with some of these supplies in them, just for backup's sake?
He'll kind of nod. He says, "Yes, the other healer, the other medic, unfortunately was killed by those thugs, and I didn't know what to do, so I grabbed his pouch. These healing items, they're too valuable to leave behind at this moment, so I grabbed it. You can take it. There's only 5 uses left."
That's plenty. Thank you very much.
But here, take these. And he kind of reaches in and you hear the clanking, and he pulls out 4 potions, and he says they're not the most effective. They're just common healing potions, but I think they're better than nothing.
How many of them were there?
4 of them.
4. Okay, so we each take one. I pass them out to everyone. Give everyone one.
Okay, and he goes, I believe the priest that's holed up in the sanctuary, I think he's capable of healing magics. If you need more healing, you should probably seek him out. But really, I must get back to tend to the other villagers. And Governor Nighthill kind of pats him on the back a little bit as he kind of goes running off somewhere out into the keep. And he sighs and he says, "The medic that was killed was his mentor and our most experienced medic. So all we have is his apprentice left. Though he's doing the best he can, it's not the greatest. Having the priest back here in the keep would do us wonders."
And where is the priest at?
He's at the sanctuary. If you take the tunnels, you should come out in a heavily foraged or foliaged area. The door on the other side of the tunnel should be hidden quite well, but you just have to recross that the river, and you should see it. It's on a small bit of a hill, and you can't miss it.
Very well.
Though know that it is probably also under attack. I would suggest trying to find a way in, and not using the front door. Our guards, from what we can see from top of the keep here, it appears they're trying to kick in the front door of the sanctuary. They seem to have barricaded it, and it's holding for now, but we know not for how long.
Get going. We're losing
Well,
daylight.
I guess we must get going then.
Right. And please return once you've completed your tasks, and I'm sure we'll have more for you. And while you're out, please keep an eye out for anyone that might look like a commander or somebody that holds a higher rank. I don't think the low-rank cultists and mercenaries know much. But if you know anybody if you see anybody out there wearing a strange symbol, perhaps, please do your best to capture them, and please bring them back alive. We need to hear the words directly from their mouths.
Very well, we will do what we can.
All right. He kind of thanks you again and says, I must do my rounds and do my best to rouse the villagers and the guards. It's going to be a long night. And with that, he'll kind of depart from you. And, alright. What would you guys like to do?
Go to the tunnel, I guess.
Okay.
We better go to the tunnel.
Right from the catalog, Castellon.
The catalog. We got the key for the catalog.
Yeah, I have the key. Gru handed it to me and then helped the Castellon move the stuff, so I have the key currently.
Okay. Yeah, so if you go to open the lock, Toma, you find that the lock is rather stiff, but it does give way to the key after a little bit of elbow grease there. And it kind of unlocks with a very loud thunk. And, alright. But, as you kind of push the door open, Toma, the hinges creak quite loudly, kind of echoing down the tunnel. And peering inside, you can see that this undisturbed tunnel is kind of caked in cobwebs. All right. How do you guys wish to do this then?
Is there any torches or anything we can like grab to navigate through the tunnel?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I take out a torch and light it from my pack.
Okay. Let me go ahead and move you guys here. Why is it doing that? There we go. Alright, so you guys find yourselves in there, you light your torches, and you can see that there's a little bit of light spilling in from both sides of this tunnel, but kind of in the center is where it kind of gets darker. Since you guys are here in the afternoon, it is still rather bright, yeah.
Okay, so we don't necessarily need a torch then?
Not really, no, unless you really wanted to see it, like absolutely everything.
Gotcha.
You're easily able to see the other side.
How thick are the spider webs?
Not too thick. You're easily able to kind of brush them away with your hand.
Okay.
If you're looking for like a giant spider or something, it's not from that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So you guys have this rather long, undisturbed tunnel here, and you guys are able to make your way quite easily to the other side if you wish.
Yeah.
There's no there's no holes in the ground or anything like that. It's just a simple tunnel that leads you to the other side. But once you guys get to the other side here, you can see that this lock on this door is a bit more exposed to the elements than the other lock was, and thusly is a bit more rusted over.
I want to try to break the lock with like my club.
Okay, let me see.
As she's going to swing, Antonia, could you please wait? We have a key. Can we at least just see if that works first, and then if not, smash away?
I guess.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I'll hand the key to Gino.
Okay.
He seems like he might be good with this type of stuff.
Yeah, Gino takes the key and he tries to open the door.
Okay. So you stick the key in the lock and begin kind of twisting the key, and it feels like it does not want to give. And as you're kind of fighting with it, moving the lock about, kind of sends kind of creaks through the air. And let me do something real quick. Give me a strength athletics, Gino. 14. Okay, that is not bad. It is a 0. Okay, give me 1 second. All right. So, as you're fighting with this Gino and hearing the squeaks of the lock kind of grating and stuff, you obviously hear the squeaking, but you kind of stop for a second, but the squeaking continues, and all of you are able to hear the sounds of kind of squeaks coming from the tunnel.
Like back behind us?
Yes, and as you turn around, you guys see rats kind of pushing their way through the walls.
Ooh.
And they are right about there. But Gino, you are able to, with that 14, you're able to unlock it with a loud echoing thud from the lock. But the rats are kind of pouring out and moving towards you at a quick pace. But you now have the door open, Gino. Or the door unlocked.
Y'all better open this door. I do not like rats. They're good food, but only when they're dead, so push through the door, fam. Or sorry. Push
fine.
Through the door, please.
Greenest just wants to point towards one of the rat groups and fires off another Eldritch Blast.
Alright, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a crossbow shot at the same one he's throwing an Eldritch Blast at.
Okay.
Wow!
Ooh.
Wow!
Oh, where did my character sheet go?
Can hit a person.
That's
but
a
it can't
1!
hit a rat.
Yeah, it's fucking 300 miles away. I can snipe
13.
one of them.
Okay. So, Grugresh, I need you to roll me a D100. And Toma, I need you to roll me damage. Because that is a hit.
6 piercing.
6. Alright. So,
And then I'm gonna immediately get my shield back out.
okay. So
My shield and my spear.
Yep, you let loose a crossbow bolt into this swarm of rats quickly approaching you, and your bolt actually like skewers like 4 of them. But the swarm continues moving that way, and you gave me that D100, which is a 41. Let's see. Goal 41.
Antonia, you've got the best rat stick in the world.
Yes, but there's a bunch of them. There's a swarm I do not like.
You don't watch Sunny, do you?
Watch what?
It's always Sunny in
Always Sunny in
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. No, I just started watching it.
Okay, so Gru, you raise your hand to kind of let loose this Eldritch Blast, and the spell actually explodes in your palm, and the sound echoes through the tunnels, and because the 4 of you are so closely knit, the 4 of you are temporarily deafened, just for a few seconds. But because of being startled and deafened, you guys do not have your reactions.
Mom.
If this was around.
Mom.
But Gino, you are the one that's kind of at the door. What do? The rats are swarming in. They're getting closer.
So while all this is happening, Gino's gonna open the door, urge everyone to get inside, and then once everyone does, he's gonna try and shut it
Okay.
so that no rats can get it.
So I need you to make me another strength athletics for the door.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Gino wants nothing to do with these rats. He shoulders the door because it won't open otherwise. And with a loud crack, the rust is broken off the hinges and the door swings open.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And yeah, Gino kind of motions for everybody to run out. And from what he said, he runs out and has a hand on the door ready to slam it behind you.
Yep, following him in.
All right. Everybody pours out, and Gino, you kind of close the door. And you guys could hear the squeaking of the rats from inside, but none of them come running out of the tunnel.
You do realize that we're going to have to take care of those on the way back, at least. I mean, we're going to have to take care of them eventually if we want to get back this way.
Maybe they'll like naturally go back into their hiding place.
Also, why? I gotta look at something because. Okay, that fixed it. Alright. Alright, guys. So, you guys slam the door shut before the rats can get to you. Okay. Characters can't be out of sight. So, once you guys are on the other side of this gate, what do you guys want to do?
What do we see? Are we just like in the woods, or are we in another tunnel?
Let me find your exact location here. Okay. Okay. I will move you guys to the appropriate location. Oops. If I open the right page. Show. Okay, cool. Let me move you guys to the correct spot here. Players to Greenest. Okay. So, you guys are like southeast from the keep, kind of at the river bend there, between the river and kind of this bit of trees here. And as you guys come out, above the tree line, you guys can see what appears to be some type of temple directly to the east of you guys.
Can we see the dragon up there too?
Actually, now that you guys are back out, I have to make his little pass, so give me just a moment. Yeah, almost as soon as you guys come out and maybe catch your breath, the dragon actually flies overhead, but kind of flies back towards kind of the main part of the city. It doesn't seem to notice you. Or if it does, it doesn't make any attempt to do anything about it.
Gotcha. I'm going to cast Blessing of the Trickster on Gino again.
Okay. So let me go ahead and put this here. Oops. So Blessing of the Trickster. Cool. For my notes. Okay. So you cast this on him.
Do y'all care to sneak our way up to this temple?
Might as well. I thought they were attacking the front.
Actually, Toma and Gino, with your guys' passives, you could hear kind of low voices. Let's see, coming from, oh gosh, we'll say right about here, a little bit south along the river here, and you could hear kind of the gruff voices, kind of whispering and talking to each other. But the main voice that you hear, Toma and Gino, is, you don't get a keep like that and don't got no secret entrances. Fan out and look around. And they appear to be getting closer. And
I say we hide and ambush these people real quick. We're gonna have to.
Greenest knocks an arrow to his bow.
okay, and there's definitely enough trees and stuff like that and foliage to give yourselves cover if you want to.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so I'll go ahead and put you guys in the trees then. Right there. All right. And for this time, I will need everybody to roll me a stealth check. And Gino has advantage on his.
Oh.
Wow. That's some impressive
The
stealthing
only
there.
time, yeah. The only time we've all like consistently rolled something good.
All right, so you guys hop into the bushes and the trees and kind of wait as the voices kind of get closer. And, all right. So you guys kind of crouch down, and about a minute later, you guys see a small group of 3 rough-looking individuals. None of them are dressed in the robes or anything like that. They just seem to be mercenary types, kind of looking about, kind of trudging through the water, looking around. And they seem to be kind of moving quite slowly, taking their time, looking up and down. Let me go ahead and do... Where is it? Here we go. I'm going to roll some stuff. There's 1. Oh, no. 2. And 3. Alright, as they start moving their way up, the one that's kind of leading them, he stops. And you see him squinting into the tree line that you guys are taking cover in. And then you see him smile, and he goes, "We're not alone." And that's where we're gonna end today.
Suspense ball.
Man,
You just had to roll another natural frickin' 20.
I know.
Hey,
I
at least
we
it's still
all
lower than my
rolled
stealth
so
score.
Yeah. So you guys aren't really sure about it, but the only ones that he actually spotted was Grugresh and Antonia.
No.
He has no idea Toma and Gino are also there. You
Kinda
guys,
hard I missed a big blue dude.
yeah, you guys don't know that exactly, but you guys have been spotted. All right, so
You need to quit rolling so well. Man.
I know. Usually my NPCs roll like garbage. As you could tell from our session 0, all of those bandits were rolling like garbage.
I'm already like completely out of spells
I know.
because that first fight went so poorly.
Yeah.
And
Hey, real quick, I gotta balance that because I need to pick up my roommate from work. So.
okay, so we are gonna just kind of wrap up. All right, guys. So that was episode 1. So we will be back next week.
Yes, sir.
We'll see what happens next week because Gino can't make it. And there's actually, Gino, if you don't mind. No, I'm not going to do that. I'll narrate it next week. Alright. So, I don't have anything just yet, but this we all roll together thing is, about coming together, we want to not be racist or bigots anymore. It's 2020, people. Come on. I don't have anything this week, but I will try to have stuff next week. But I am looking to promote people of color or people in the LGBT community. So if anybody knows of any artists, anybody that might own an online shop, anybody that runs online games, etc., in that category, please send them my way so that we can spread the love and get them some attention on the next stream. And I'll try to feature somebody's work each stream. And that will fall upon me entirely to do that research. If you guys want to help, you guys are welcome to. But in the end, it's going to be my responsibility to do so. But other than that, does anybody have anything they want to put out as far as, are you guys doing anything cool? Anything you guys want to shine the light on? Anything like that?
Yeah, I'm actually going to be starting a D&D stream here soon as well.
Yes.
We're going to be playing on Fridays, and it is in my homebrew world of Atharia, which Hawk is also a player in a game set in this same world. We've been having a ton of fun, so I decided that I wanted to try and stream it and see where that craziness takes us. So I will be starting that probably within the next couple weeks here, so more details to follow.
Yes, and once you do finally get that stuff released, we'll be shooting links all throughout this stream. So if you watch me, go watch him. So I'm excited to see that too, because I've been having fun in your world, man, and I think other people will as well, and it'll be cool to see streamed.
We have a very diverse group in that one too. I'm really, really excited about it.
Okay.
I was really able to spread the D&D love around. So
yeah, that's good, and that's kind of what we're trying to do right now.
I didn't want just 5 straight white males sitting around a virtual table. So
exactly, and that's kind of what we're doing with We All Roll Together as well. We're all diverse, So, all right. Anything else from anybody?
Nope.
All right. Gino, you got anything?
It's not really anything that I've not already said in the past.
Okay. Yeah. So, unfortunately, you won't be able to join us next week. So we'll see what shenanigans Gino gets into. And then Grugresh had to hop off, so he can't do his weekly promotions. Antonia, do you have anything?
Here.
Got any art or anything? Anything exciting you want to promote?
No, I'm just enjoying playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, you did really good today. I heard one fam almost slip, but you caught it, so good job. We're proud of you. But otherwise, you're doing a fantastic job, so we're glad to have you. So.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Well, if nothing... Oh, I did forget to promote one thing. I will actually be starting up a Dungeons and Dragons podcast soon. We did interviews last night, and we picked the 4 that will be going on to the finals. They're building their characters as we speak, and hopefully we should start recording within the next few weeks. It won't be streamed while we play. It'll just be the 4 of us or the 5 of us doing the recording. And then once it's done, they're all going to send me their voice lines. I'm going to kind of put it together, trim it up a little bit, clean it up. And then I will be posting it on places like YouTube and Spotify and anywhere that'll take a podcast, really. So you'll have something to listen to on your drives to work. Or, hell, even while you're working. So I decided to pick 4 players that are not involved in any of my other games, because some of you might recognize Gino and Gru's voice because they're regular players in my Curse of Strahd. So with this one, I said I need to spread the D&D love and pick all new players, and I've done that, and I'm excited for it. So All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for playing, and we will see you guys Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. EST.
On Tuesday.
And let's see what shenanigans we can get.
Oh, are we sticking with 3:30 or are we moving it back to 3?
You know what? We'll play it by ear. We'll see on Monday. I'll see what time people are capable of doing. If we can all do 3 o'clock, we're doing 3 o'clock. That extra half hour is a lot.
But it makes a big difference.
But if not, 3:30 is kind of that fallback. So, yeah, guys. All right. Well, thank you guys for playing, and I will see you guys on Tuesday.
Good job, dude. Good session. That was fun.
All right, guys. See you next week.